Hey everyone, this is Rob,
Hey, Michelle.
and welcome to Bunebape, your weekly podcast and everything you need to know about old school RuneScape. All right, so this week up on the docket, of course, as always, we're going to be kicking it off with some of our own updates.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll be going into the update for this week, which we actually have a few things to update you on, so that's pretty nice,
Nice.
including the normal update as always. Which actually isn't too eventful. So luckily,
What?
we also have the addition of the official poll blog for the Wilderness boss rework that we mentioned
Oh,
previously, and
multiple
then
times.
yeah, and then the actual crack the clue
Official
official
post.
post, so we can go over that real quick, and some other bits and bobs that's like stuff that happened in the community this week. We'll be going over that, and of course we'll end as always with our Q&A.
Heck yeah.
But before we get into any of that, Michelle, how's it going?
It's going pretty good. I did not get 99 Slayer. Let me just start off with that.
Wow, that's embarrassing.
I'm a slacker. I'm such a slacker. So I'm like 150,000 XP away.
You had an entire week to get, what is it, 1 point something million, 1.3 million?
1.2 mil.
Yeah.
I think I got 98 2 weeks ago, didn't I?
Yeah,
I'm not
probably.
totally sure, honestly.
It's highly likely you got it several years ago.
I only slept like 3 hours, so I'm feeling woo.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
I slept 10 minutes.
It's always a competition. Anyway, so if I don't get 99 Slayer by next week, you guys can all just go ahead and report our podcast. I don't deserve to speak if I somehow can't get this.
All right, let's not report the podcast because I'm on here as well. I don't deserve
Do you
this.
think I'm not going to get it?
Yes.
What? That's 150,000.
I think there's a decent chance.
Oh my god. Okay, no, I think I'll get it. I also, some level though, I got 98 attack. So
Nice.
I already have another 99 I could work towards after.
Oh wow, only another 3 or 4 weeks until that happens.
No, I'm already 25% of the way done with attack. It's kind of funny.
It's crazy.
Watch me finish this before Slayer somehow.
That would be very unfortunate.
That seems like it'd be on brand for me though.
I don't know how that would even happen. You'd have to
I just go to
quit
Abbey
playing
Demons
Slayer.
AFK. Yeah. I've been trying to just do like mostly barraging and cannon task only right now, which sucks because like I never skip Jad tasks because I always want the pet. So I had to skip one Jad task and then I stored it now so I could do it immediately after. And then
I think you're the only person that's ever stored a Jad task.
I don't feel good about it. I want the pet chance. I felt so bad when I skipped, but whenever I got it, like I only wanted to do like one more task and I was gonna go to sleep, and I was like, I just cannot be bothered to do Jad right now.
Yeah.
The fight games getting a Jad is so annoying. And then I also have been skipping all the Abbey Demon tasks because I don't like barraging them. Like I'm not good at lining them up. And
yeah, it's weird.
That also hurts because I still need the Bissell head for the Slayer helm.
Yeah, that's really weird. You should maybe learn to do that.
Well, no, I know how to do it. I just don't like to.
Oh, maybe you should learn to like it.
All right. I'd probably do that one off stream if I get assigned it. Like, because today, we're recording this on Thursday. I'm not streaming tonight. So if I get assigned that today, I'll do it. I'm going to wait and hopefully get just like a few thousand away so I could just get 99 first thing tomorrow.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
We'll see. I also, so today's Thursday. On Monday night, I was like, oh my god, you guys, I'm going to grind Slayer all day tomorrow so then I can grind it all night on stream and get 99. So the new Phasmophobia update came out. And that kind of ruined everything. That ruined all my plans because I was just playing that all day. I mean, I wake up late anyway, so I was playing it like 4 hours and then we went to the store and I started streaming. But do the new
The new foe?
The new Phasmophobia update is really good. If any of you guys like scary games, would recommend. They redid the asylum and it's super creepy.
It's not even scary.
It's scary. Robert scared me on stream too. He grabbed my arm when I couldn't see him standing behind me.
Yeah.
It was rude.
Like I said, it's not scary.
Super scary. Some other things. I don't even think I mentioned it last week in the podcast because it's already over. I had a sponsorship with this video game called Puzzles and Survival.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever mentioned it.
I don't think so. It's just Candy Crush, right?
It's like Candy Crush meets zombies, basically. And then, like, you also have, like, it's like all mobile games where you, like, upgrade buildings, but they take real time and you could speed them up in some ways.
Yeah, normally we wouldn't mention this because the
It's already done.
sponsor is over, but she's still playing it.
I'm obsessed with it. So if any of you guys play that game, let me know and you can join my Bunebape Alliance. I'm still playing it. Robert, after I ended it yesterday, he was like, you could stop playing it, right? And I was like, but I can't. But I'm obsessed with it.
Yeah,
We'll see how long it lasts, but for now I'm enjoying myself. So whatever.
that's cool, I guess.
I also don't even have it on mobile because I have to stream whenever I play mobile games, like via BlueStacks on my computer. So I can't even play it in bed. So I just have to sit here with my bad posture to like 5 in the morning doing this little mobile game.
Yeah,
It's
she
annoying.
has to.
I have to, like, legally? Yeah, I have to.
Okay.
But speaking of how we just had a sponsorship, we have another sponsorship.
Yeah, this one's Factor again, right?
Yeah, Factor again. So this is US only.
It's actually pretty good. They
I'm
deliver
really excited.
pre-made meals to your door.
Yeah, it's pre-made meals and it's not like frozen or anything. It's like fresh food that you just heat up.
Yeah.
And you can get...
I thought they were pretty decent.
I really liked it.
It can be, without the promotion, it can be a little pricey, but the food's pretty good.
Yeah. I would say it's worth it if you have money. I mean, even if you don't have that much money, but you want to try it, like, I think that I had to pay $40 for 4 meals. So I'm just going to do it 1 week.
Yeah.
Just as like a special little treat. And then I'll just cancel it after that.
Yeah, I think a lot of people get it because it's like saves you a lot of time.
It's easy. I could see like if I like worked and had to like leave the house, I would definitely want this.
Yeah.
But I'm actually like low-key sad because last time there was this mushroom meal that I got in my order and then I got in Robert's order too, and they don't have it in the menu this week. And I was like, well, whatever
Yeah,
then.
I didn't even really get to try it because she just ate it all.
Yeah, he got a Buddha bowl last time and I didn't try it because I just ate the mushroom stuff.
Yeah.
But this time, like some examples of the food. They have vegan, keto, calorie smart. They have like meat, cheese. They have like a lot of different options actually. But just to let you guys know what kind of food they have. We're getting chickpea curry with forbidden rice and vegetables.
Wow.
And smoked tofu, almond stir fry, and 3-bean vegan chili.
That sounds disgusting.
Robert doesn't like beans, so that one's just for me. He's getting the tofu dish, I'm getting the chili, and then we're each getting one of the other one. And I'm going to have you order food next week because next week's menu also sounds good.
Okay.
I like planned it out and everything. And I was like, okay, so you can't order yet, but that's fine. So if you guys are interested in that, twitch.tv/Bunebape. It's on the panel. You could just click it. Or you can do !Factor in our chat. But yeah, if you're interested, please use our link.
Yeah, since our podcast is not sponsored, that'll be our sponsored segment.
Yes. Yeah, we don't sponsor our podcast. I don't think we've gotten enough listens to get paid even if we did.
Yeah.
This is more of a just for fun thing. But yeah, if you guys want to try new food and support us at the same time, that would be a really good way to do so. Sorry, It's US only. I don't know why Stream Elements with the real stuff that you could purchase, they're always US only. It's strange.
Probably because it's a lot easier to not have to deal with other countries' laws that way.
You know that there's like a lot of streamers who use it. I've seen them too, like doing HelloFresh and stuff that live in England. And they're like, so I can't try it, but all my US friends can.
Yeah.
I think it's so weird. Like if we move to the Netherlands, I'm like, oh, I want to be able to get my mushroom meal.
Oh, I mean, that's fine.
I live in the Netherlands. It'll be worth it. I won't be sweaty for once.
Yeah. I mean, it's actually not too bad.
The sweat?
No, right now.
Oh. Yeah, but yesterday was bad.
No, it wasn't.
Anyway. There's also like a big goal that I met on stream. I got 600 subs total.
Big.
Yeah, I got 600 subs. So I have already mentioned we're doing the subathon in like 2 weeks-ish. I need to like make a little flyer for it. Tentatively, I think it was the 14th. But it's going to be an uncapped subathon, and I'm going to do all the cosplays that I owe you guys. And now I have 2 more cosplays I have to do, which are Sandwich Lady and Morticia Adams.
Yeah, so she has none of these prepared.
I have a couple of them prepared because I wore them in Comic-Con.
Okay, well, she has none of the OSRS ones prepared.
Yeah, no, I should say I'm cutting off the cosplay ideas. Now our next sub goal is just to buy us zoo tickets. I'm like, if I get any more cosplay ideas, it's probably not going to be for the stream because I'm going to do costume changes every 2 hours at this point.
Yeah.
I'll probably do Xanac first, and then I'll be like, Robert, stream, I go shower and wash off this green paint.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. She's going to have to figure it out.
What? Last time I did it, I just turned it on, be right back, and was like, I'm going to go shower. Bye. And just left everyone.
Wow.
I don't know. You weren't here, and it was the middle of the night, and that's whenever I had my bald cap on.
Nice.
But yeah, I'm really, really excited for it. Really excited we have 600 subs.
How many? So how many? What's it called? So how many cosplays are you going to be doing on the
Okay,
on the subathon?
so there's Morticia, Sandwich Lady, Zanuck the Goblin. I'm really excited for that one. And she's blonde, so I don't have to buy a wig. I'm going to do a My Hero Academia one, so I need to buy a wig. I think I'm going to do... well, I won't say for sure. I'm going to look at wigs and see which one I want to do. It's basically the school uniform from My Hero, so I can literally be any character I want and just buy a wig.
Yeah.
As long as they're a student. And then I'm going to do Yor from Spy Family. And then I'm also going to do Marin from My Dress Up Darling. And I think that's it. A lot.
Yeah.
There's a lot.
So a couple.
Yeah, it's an uncapped subathon. I mean, just one finger crossed.
One finger crossed.
Fingers crossed that goes on for a couple days. So you guys can actually appreciate these cosplays. Not wearing it for half an hour and I'm like, costume change.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see. Yeah, that's it. I had like a lot to talk about, but twitch.tv/Bunebape, you guys come hang out sometime. Even though we hit like the most subs we've ever had, our view count's been like going a little down, and I'm like, don't look at it. I wish I didn't care. I wish I could not look, but I have to, you know?
Yeah.
Because when it's good, it makes me feel so good.
Okay.
But anyway, how have you been?
Pretty good. I have not really been playing RuneScape that much. I think I did like a couple. I'm not sure if I did a couple Zora this week or last week. I know I did some last week, but yeah, I did maybe a little bit.
I'm hallucinating Zora.
Yeah, maybe I did a little bit. Who knows? Besides that, I played. Guess I'm a mobile gamer now. I played a little bit of Genshin Impact, and I guess it's pretty fun. It's like a really chill game. It's like pretty much a solo game, or at least the way I play it. I don't know if it is, but
I think you can play people, can't you?
No, you definitely can. You can join other people's games and stuff.
You want to be antisocial, though, you can.
But yeah,
it's an option.
It's kind of cool. I just run around and do missions and stuff like that. But honestly, I haven't been playing video games recently. Just been working and still looking for work and stuff like that. It's like not urgent, so that's why it seems like I'm just always looking for work, because I kind of just am.
He just doesn't want to be working at night, but it's not like, oh my god, I'm unemployed, I need a job right now.
Yeah, it's not super serious, so I'm just like,
you want one, but whatever,
looking for work. But yeah, either way, just not a ton of time for gaming in between that and like studying and stuff like that, so kind of typical, same as always for me. But yeah, so it's been pretty chill. Honestly, not too much of an update.
We also were reading about like actually how to get permits if we did want to move internationally.
Oh yeah,
supposedly not as hard as we think. I thought it was gonna be really hard. Turns out I was just getting overwhelmed because there's like a bajillion different kinds of permits to live there.
No, yeah. So I guess for anyone that cares about it, anyone in the U.S., there is actually a Dutch-American friendship act or friendship treaty
called DAFT.
Yeah, so if you are from the United States and want to move to
the Netherlands,
or
vice versa,
it's actually fairly easy if you wanted to look into it. But
yeah,
that's totally separate, I guess.
Who's gonna move with us?
Hopefully no one. All right, so with that update out of the way, we can get into the actual update this week, which is gonna be very, very lackluster.
Yay!
So this week we have the Tomb of Mascot and Group Iron Man changes.
What's Group Iron changes?
Yeah, kind of weird.
It's random.
Group Iron changes, but
what's Group Iron?
I'm sure some people will be happy about it.
Okay.
So the tomb changes. There is a little bit of updates on how supplies work. So items can now be dropped straight to the ground directly from the supply bag interface. So it doesn't have to go to your inventory and then the ground. So it might save you a step there. When withdrawing an item, the slot that was actually selected is the one that is withdrawn instead of the one at the top of the supply bag. So if you are very particular about which items you're withdrawing, then that'll help. And finally, the jugs at Zabak will be given an attack delay so you can preserve some ammo. You're not going to be shooting like 5 darts at the jugs whenever you want to build them up. It should just be 1. So yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. Not too much, like I said.
I mean, one big one. The summary board will now acknowledge any member that's left mid-raid, giving you a fresh new way to flame your salty teammates.
Yeah, weirdly toxic update.
So if you disconnect, sorry.
Yeah, not even
Get
if you
flamed.
leave because you like hate the game, but if you like get disconnected, then they suggest
Now they
making fun of your
shame
friends.
you. Also, like something that I think's pretty cool is it says that the following items have now been marked as valuable to stop any accidental drops.
Yeah, all the new
Like,
items.
yeah, like all the pet recolors and the like crafting kit and stuff.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
So all those brand new items.
My god, that would be so annoying to get the pet one and then lose it.
And then just drop it.
Or get the Fang one, the no death on 500.
Yeah.
I'd be devastated.
That is it for TOA though.
Not a lot.
Yeah, there's pretty much just 4 or 5 changes and that's it. But yeah, I guess that's technically an update. The group Iron Man changes. So next
Cool.
up, we've made some further changes to the deactivation settings for Iron Man mode. Iron Man players have already been able to set a permanent flag on their account, preventing them from ever changing their status.
Oh.
Normally, you're always allowed to uniron if you'd like. As many of you had the choice before or made before the introduction of unranked group Iron Man mode, we are giving you another chance to change this. So they're saying that for anyone that had previously perm Iron Man their account, they are resetting that, and now you actually have the chance to become a unranked group Iron on your account. Because if you are set to permanent Iron, then you cannot join the unranked Iron.
Weird how many rules there are.
Yeah, it's like a separate track. So if you want, they are undoing that. And if you have some friends that are already playing and you have been thinking about joining them, but you couldn't because you were a perm Iron, then now this is your one opportunity.
Your time to shine.
Yeah, this is a very weird circumstance that will allow you to do that. So it says solo Iron players who are currently permanent will receive a message upon logging in stating that their permanent settings have been changed to limited. This means you can become an unranked group Iron Man if you wish. However, you may still not become a main account.
Fair.
Visiting the Iron Tutor in Lumbridge will allow you to choose the permanence of your Iron status, and in case it hasn't sunk in yet, you'll be warned about the ramifications of this decision before you're allowed to make it. You don't have to make this decision immediately, and you can continue playing however you wish while you think it over. So yeah, this that is the only update for the Iron Man thing. It's kind of just giving everyone a second chance, considering obviously, like they said, unranked Iron or unranked group Iron did not exist whenever you made this decision.
Yeah.
So kind of cool that they're letting you go back in time a little bit.
I have a bit of an Iron Man update.
What?
I just realized that I think Alfresco is the leader of our group now because I haven't logged in. They keep warning Alfresco, being like, if Lil Cappy doesn't log in, she's not in charge anymore.
And then you continue to not log in.
Yep. Alfresco, please don't play us. Alfresco kicks us out of the group, starts their own group called Bunebape.
I mean, it's fine. it's fine.
It's mine. Yeah. I will probably eventually maybe play it again, okay?
Yeah, it's definitely never gonna happen. You were literally never gonna play again.
I'm so into my main.
But there are some other fixes on the way for Steam and mobile users and enjoyers. There's going to be a bunch of changes. I'm not going to go over all of them, but they have added some nice tweaks and tooltip stuff. So they made it so that it's easier for tooltips to actually read. So that's kind of cool.
Visibility's nice.
Yeah, the shortcut at the Guardians of the Rift is now highlighted via the agility helper. So that should help you out because I think if you have all the people showing, which I don't think is a non-option on mobile, then it can be kind of like a lot going on because there's a ton of people in the game all at once.
Like 200 or whatever.
Yeah, so that's nice that they highlight that. Redwood trees at the Farming Guild will now display their respawn timer when chopped.
I'm actually woodcutting right now, and I didn't even realize that wasn't there before. And now that I know this is new, I'm like, oh, this is nice. It was annoying last week.
Yeah, so it helps you being able to see through walls for the refresh timer of your giant tree.
Yeah, you don't have to keep turning around and be like, where's there a free spot? I don't know when these are going to be respawning.
Yeah. They also made it so that for Steam only, you are able to go through the final level of Stronghold of Security to get your 10,000 GP with either two-factor or Steam Guard enabled. So that's pretty cool because Steam Guard is, of course, Steam's version of two-factor. But there are a few other things. Like I said, we're not going to go over all of them. There's just a few that I wanted to highlight, and some of them are a lot smaller, such as issues with the herbivore helper being fixed.
Cool.
Along with that, though, we have news on the beta.
Ooh,
So,
beta.
of course, anyone that has been listening
good.
or just has been paying attention a little bit to the news knows that the Wilderness Boss Rewards beta has been going for a little bit now.
A couple of weeks, I think.
And they are opening it for yet another week.
Forever. They're never actually going to add to the game.
Apparently. As we've lowered the Voidwalker's special attack cost down
Which I'm sure
from...
we'll get to soon.
Yeah, down from 60% to 50%. So it's pretty nice. You can use it twice. So they recommend hopping on and checking it out. Also, there was a ton of changes based on feedback to the poison dynamite, how that works, whether it is poison plus or poison plus plus, whether it can be used in fight caves or against multiple enemies at once.
Interesting.
So there is a ton of changes for that. I'm not going to go over all of it because there is a ton, and I don't entirely
and they're not totally for sure yet.
Yeah, I don't also know any of the nuances that apparently this is obviously already in a very niche community, and there's a lot of nuances to it to begin with. So I'm not even going to pretend that I know what any of these mean. But for the final part, there is some other changes. Again, not too much going on here, but players can use the quick board option on Zulro's boat. And what's cool is previously, for the longest time, since the beginning of time, your camera was forcibly locked in like a weird position to look at Zulra getting spawned.
So I was kind of stressful being like, click, 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 click.
Yeah, now that is no longer a thing. Your camera will not be forcibly locked into that weird position.
It's like a cool animation, but it's like maybe just the first time.
Yes. Yeah, that would... Exactly. Besides that, though, group iron players are no longer permitted to travel from Lumbridge to the node whenever the grouping system becomes temporarily unavailable. I don't know why that was even an option, but now that has been fixed as well. Also, players cutting salve shards from the outcrops after completing Haunted Mine will now continue cutting shards until they cancel the action without needing to click repeatedly. So a little bit of nice quality of life stuff.
Dope.
But that is going to be about it. Also, the PvP arena has been set to max med for any of the ranked duels this week if you are interested.
Okay, I forgot they changed it.
But yeah, that is it. Like we said, not too much
thanks for
going on
listening.
this week. Not too much at all. But luckily, we do have other stuff to cover, including...
Yeah, that was my attempt at being funny, you guys. Sorry.
Yeah, the Wilderness Boss rework. Yes, we do have more to go over. So, like we said at the top of the show, there is an official poll blog for the Wilderness Boss rework. This is where they're actually going to be polling everything. So, if you do care about this at all, then you are going to have your chance to express your feedback, I guess.
Yeah, your opinions.
Yeah. So back in August, we shared with you our design for the Wilderness Boss rework. In the design blog, we detailed our plans to bring Vedion, Callisto, and Venenatis more in line with the standards we now set for old school content, almost a decade since the game's release.
So, in short, we plan to rehome these bosses in a proper multi-way combat environment and breathe some new life into the multi-PvP community in areas been lacking attention for some time. Back in 2014, the intention for these bosses were to be encounters you tackle with friends, but their punishing designment players instead found ingenious ways to solo them in safe spots in order to obtain some of their juicy loot for themselves. As part of this rework, we'd like to move these bosses into their own respective layers, connected by the escape caves. We're giving each boss a whole new set of attacks in a unique environment so that you and your thrill-seeking friends can take them on like never before. Boasting a fair-for-all MVP-style loot system similar to Nex, everyone engaging in combat with the various bosses will be eligible for loot. The hardest hitting among you can expect to see the gold per hour in line with iconic bosses like Vorkath or Hydra. That's exciting.
Yeah, that is a lot of money.
The fights themselves are pretty simple, leaving you plenty of room to focus on the real threat at hand, other players. You have to decide whether to fight for your territory or chance a daring escape to keep your loot safe. While we know there are a whole host of players who have been craving more multi-combat activities in the wilderness, we're also aware that's not for everyone. For that reason, we've also decided to include safer, single-way combat alternatives to the reworked bosses as part of our design. These would be mid-level encounters set around or below level 30 wilderness, and essentially function as toned-down versions of their multi-way counterpart. Players might find themselves fighting Callisto's second cousin, Vedion's Thrall, or Venenatis' Antivera. It's worth noting that these alternatives will be significantly easier to take down than the bosses that currently exist, and should be a good bit more accessible to players who haven't gone cross-bowling around. These single-way alternatives would retain a similar time to complete for pre-existing collection slots like their pet or respective wilderness ring, but offer less gold per hour and a reduced chance at some of the new uniques on offer when compared to the multi-way bosses. Similarly, these alternatives should count for any associated diary task or combat achievements, such as like the Wish.com version of the bosses.
Yeah, discount Vidion and all that.
Yeah, you're not going to be making money, but if you just need like a kill for the diary, this is the way to do it probably.
Yeah, or if you want to just farm a pet.
Yeah. Before talking next steps, we'd like to address the concerns raised around protection services. So while a lot of players seem to enjoy Park's proposal, some express worries about the return of groups selling protection, similar to the Revenant Caves during their initial multi-combat days. This consisted of players locking down a world and offering protection against player killers for in-game gold. This is a concern we anticipated, and we've tried to build our design around reducing the potential to these service thriving. These design choices include the area and spread of the caves, an MVP-style loot system where everybody, irons included, is able to take part and be rewarded, measures to prevent hopping around inside the escape caves, entry fees to discourage raggers, single-way combat alternatives offering the same uniques at lower rates. With all that above in mind, we believe that the incentive to provide these services, as well as the ease of performing them, should be heavily reduced. Should issues arise, we won't hesitate to discuss further tweaks to the content while punishing any rule breakers. We want the content to be a healthy and much anticipated hotspot for teams, small groups of friends, or even brave solo adventurers looking to throw caution to the wind, and will make any change necessary to ensure players are engaging with the rework in good faith. And I think, I have some thoughts about the protecting thing.
Yeah.
I don't think that's going to work.
No, I don't think so either.
But also, I kind of feel like nothing would work. Like, what can you do to get people not do that?
Yeah.
Say you'd get banned. Like, there's not really much you can do to prevent that.
No, yeah, I don't really see that working if like a clan. I mean, obviously that's going to be the main concern is like just clans. So it's like if your scout sees 5 people going to Vidion or whatever, then you could just be like, hey, I saw 5 people. A couple of them had claws or god swords or something like that, and everyone's like, all right, if we get a single god sword, it's worth 20 of us going into this boss and like killing them. So they could just do that every single time they want, and yeah, I mean it's pretty
gonna
easy.
happen.
Yeah, I don't see this not happening.
Literally.
Like, sure, even if it costs 100K to get in, 200K to get in, it's probably
not much compared to how much they'd be making.
Yeah, it's probably still worth it if they're getting a full set of like Arums with like a toxic trident, and if they chance like claws or something like that, then yeah, it's definitely obviously worth it for everyone. So I mean, it's definitely an incentive with it being pretty good money per hour if it's closer to
Hydra and Vorkath.
But I mean, Vorkath is obviously like super low requirements compared to
Hydra.
A lot of things. Yeah, to Hydra especially. But yeah, I don't know. I think that's going to be decent money per hour if you're able to do it. But again, I don't think most people are going to be able to do it just like willy-nilly. It's probably going to be other very experienced PvPers, if I had to guess.
I'll be in the single way if I go.
Yeah, I'm really glad they added the single way because, yeah, like you would never in 100 years get me to go to multi to kill these bosses.
I would maybe go if I'm with a group and I'd be like, all right, you guys better know how to PK and I'm just going to peace out.
Yeah, I mean, maybe if it was like on a Monday in like
at 4 a.m, everyone's
logged
at
like
out.
A really weird time. Yeah, I don't know.
All right, so with all that said, let's get into the main topic of this blog, polling. It's no secret that PvP tends to be a more controversial topic than most in old school RuneScape these days. Probably always.
Yeah.
Updates to PvP or the wilderness are often deemed to favor one group or another. With this rework, we want to improve these bosses for all groups, not just one. We'd also like to address long-standing frustrations, such as the Dragon Pickaxe being a wilderness-exclusive item, which is over time escalate tensions between those who love PvP and those who don't. We feel the current iterations of Vedion, Venenatis, and Callisto fall pretty far south of the standards and balance that players and the team alike have come to expect from old-school exclusive content. For this reason, the rework itself will not be pulled. This extends to all parts of the rework, the multi-combat bosses, the single combat alternatives, the provision of alternative sources of the dragon pickaxe, all of it. We want players to feel like they're making a choice between high risk and high reward, or reduced risk and fewer rewards. We want groups, clans, small teams, or a handful of your pals loaded up on pizza to be able to get stuck in without solo players and iron players feeling left in the dust. Which I appreciate, because I'm like, I don't know if I'd want to go in a group, because I like being antisocial sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, overall, it's like, I think we've mentioned this in the past. Or at least I have. I'm not the biggest fan of polling to begin with.
Yeah, some stuff I get, but like entire reworks feels like maybe just like the details pull. Don't like the entire thing pull it, you know?
And also the fact that this is kind of like how when they did the unpulled fix for the blowpipe, it's not like they're like nerfing something or changing something. They're actually just fixing it because it was broken.
Yeah.
Like, fundamentally, all of these bosses were broken. Like, the only way you did them was by essentially breaking the game.
Yeah, going to very specific spots to safe spot them.
Yeah, very, very few people actually did these bosses the way they're supposed to be done, which is in multi.
Never did that.
With multiple people.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, so this was, I mean, they had to fix this eventually, so I think this is actually a pretty good, like, fix.
I agree.
For all of this.
But we're not PvPers. I'm sure there's some PvPers who are salty.
I mean, regardless of whether you are or aren't a PvPer, this system
I mean, this is a PVM change too.
This system is just straight up better than the old system.
Yeah. So they're going to say, while we believe this to be a necessary change and a much needed modernization, we understand that some of you are likely not to be overjoyed with this decision. We want to reassure you all that following the content's release, we'll do our utmost to work with you, the community, and make any tweaks necessary and ensure that this is a rework that you will all be able to enjoy. As part of this rework, we'd like to offer a selection of new unique rewards. These rewards impact players all over the wilderness and beyond, with a host of upgraded Revenant weapons aimed to make anti-PKing a little more comfortable for wilderness PVMers and the Voidwalker, an homage to Karasi's sword aimed to bring some nostalgia and diversity PvP spec weapons, without being outright stronger than anything currently offered. We hope there's a little something for everybody. They wrote a little somebody for everybody.
Yeah.
You're my little somebody.
Hope there's a little somebody for everybody.
That's cute.
Yeah.
Just a little pal. The poll questions for the awards in this blog will not be restricted anyway. This doesn't mean we won't continue with restricted polling in the future, but we want this rework to offer something for everybody, and everybody deserves a say in shaping the new rewards offered. The rewards, as proposed, have been more accessible in beta worlds for just over a week and will remain usable until this poll closes. So make sure to jump in and give us feedback. We're prepared to chop, change, tweak, and rework as required until you're happy with what's on offer.
Yep. So in general, that's the premise for this poll block. I think it looks like pretty good. Like I said, I'm not going to use it much, but I think overall it seems pretty fair.
I must say I like that they're not restricting the vote. Because PvP Wilderness, of course, it makes sense why PKers be able to vote. But also, they're changing PVM bosses. So, I'm glad that we're able to vote on it, too.
Yeah, like they said, this is going to affect everyone, regardless of if this is your thing or not.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm glad they're doing it this way. I'm sure there are going to be people that are upset, but there always is.
Of course.
As far as the rewards go, this is stuff that we've been over in the past. Essentially, they're just souped-up versions of all three of the Revenant weapons, which are Thammaron's Scepter, the Crossbow, as well as the Vigor's Chain Mace. And you can essentially kill any of the three bosses, specifically with a much better chance in multi. And
to get these drops.
To get the drops that upgrade them from the Thammarons to the Accursed Scepter, which is actually really cool because whenever you do charge it, the skull's eyes light up.
The Cursed Scepter actually looks like so cool. It's just like a black staff with a skull in the bottom and two horns. But yeah, like Robert said, the skull does have glowing eyes.
Yeah.
I don't think we've seen this picture before, right?
No, they didn't have the official art for it. So if you aren't interested in seeing the official art for each of the weapons, which I actually think is a little controversial for specifically the bow, which we'll get to in a second. But yeah, they do look really good, in my opinion, from what I've seen. But the very first poll question is, should you be able to get the Thammaron Scepter as it's been described? Because it was buffed by itself not just the accursed version, but the base version was buffed. So that's the first poll question.
Oh, so okay. I was confused. I thought the Tamarin Scepter was new, and I was like, there's no picture of it. So Tamarin Scepter is a thing, and they'd be buffing and making it cursed.
Yeah, it is already a
Like
thing.
I said, only a few hours of sleep. I was like, where's the picture? I don't get it.
I mean, it's understandable. It's one of the least used weapons
I
in the
don't
game.
know. I literally only heard of crossbow of any of these things. And I don't even think that's crossbow's an upgrade.
No, crossbow is
it's just something that they mentioned.
Yeah, crossbow's the base version. But yeah, so the accursed scepter is going to be available. It does have a really cool animation where you're tossing like highlighted skulls, because it is a charged weapon similar to the toxic trident. So you'll charge it, and then you'll have a very certain ability that you'll be using. It will not affect other things like I don't know, fire surge or something like that.
It's like you're putting a skull on top of, or like a glowing floating orb skull on top of your staff and then throwing it. Yeah, I like it.
It looks pretty funny.
It's cute.
But, I'm sure some people will hate that, but
people hate everything.
It looks pretty funny. As far as like DPS comparisons, they have a chart for each weapon. I'll just tell you outright that all of these weapons are far and away the best in slot weapons you can use while in the wilderness specifically.
Cool. Like, but not in other places.
It's not even close. But yeah, not in other places. And for the second poll question, it's should the accursed scepter be added as described? This would be a tradable upgrade for the Thammaron's scepter. So the next one is going to be the Web Weaver bow, which of course is the upgraded version of the crossbow using the fangs of Venenatis. And the way it looks does look really cool.
What I imagine, though.
I've seen from a lot of people, and I frankly would agree that this looks way too much like the Twisted Bow.
I was thinking the same thing. It's like a black, white, and red version of Twisted Bow.
Yeah, it looks almost exactly like the same model as the Twisted Bow. I think it is slightly different, but it looks very, very similar.
I don't know if that's necessarily a bad thing, but I was kind of hoping it to look more spidery.
I think
it's the only thing I care about.
I think it's a bad thing just because offhand, it's pretty important in the wilderness to tell what weapon a person's using.
Oh, and if you think
they are risking a twisted bow, then that could be kind of a big lure.
You're just walking around in the wilderness with your new bow and everyone thinks you have the T-bow and starts PKing you.
Yeah, precisely. Or yeah, just anything like that. I think it should be a lot more identifiable. People have been throwing around pictures of it has like hooks on the end, which makes it look like the twisted bow. And people have been throwing on pictures of it shopped with no hooks on the end. And I think that would be the easiest fix to make it so that it like is more of a unique item.
I think the hooks look cool, but yeah, no, I know what you mean. That would suck. There is also spider webs on it, by the way. It's just not as spider webby as I thought.
Yeah, it's not very spider webby.
I only just realized that there's supposed to be spider webs.
Yeah. There are other Photoshop versions where the spider webs are much more prevalent and look like they should be the strings of the bow instead of just
that's what I want.
the bow.
I want it to be like ridiculous.
Yeah. Either way, I think it looks cool. I just think
cool.
it looks too similar to the Twisted.
Yeah. Fair.
As far as the final or the third weapon rather, which is going to be the Ursine chain mace, the upgraded version of the Vigora's chain mace. This is the one that has the fairly interesting upgraded version special attack that makes it so it actually deals damage and reduces your agility level and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, so very niche.
Deals damage over time and reduces your agility level
and
your run energy and stuff like that. So it is pretty cool and unique. And also I really like that instead of just being a regular mace, it actually looks like a bear's paw.
Yeah, you use Callisto's claw to make this, and it looks like a huge bear's claw at the end of the mace.
Yeah, and also the
animation is baller.
Yeah, the special attack animation is really cool. You like fling it around and then like strike down, and it's glowing. It looks really cool.
Glowing red. There was no special attack animation for the bow.
Yeah, the bow didn't have any special, or at least there was no like show off.
Maybe they knew that there was going to be some feedback on how the design.
I mean, I don't know how much cooler they can make the shooting of an arrow look. So
they could have it shoot spider webs.
Oh,
I don't know, Spider-Man style.
As far as the fourth and final weapon, this is of course the brand new weapon, the Voidwalker, or Voidwaker. Sorry.
Wait, I think I said Walker earlier too.
I think I might have.
I think we've just been calling it Voidwalker.
This is the one that has a guaranteed damaging special attack from 50 to 100% of your max melee.
Dope.
And they did change that. So it used to be 60 special attack. Now it is 50. So you can actually chain it twice. This probably is going to be a pretty decent KO weapon if you can get your hands on one. And it is, again, supposed to be one of the better weapons to train your strength in the game. They did put a like a chart out showing how good it is compared to other strength weapons, and the only thing that beats it on the same tier at 75 is a tentacle whip. So
which I still use all the time.
yeah, so I think the tentacle whip will still be your go-to. I'm guessing this is going to be a fairly expensive weapon, especially at the beginning, but yeah,
that strength fashion scape though,
it does look really, really cool. So if you are interested, there is actually 2 different designs that you can choose between in this specific poll. It's either a straight weapon that looks a lot like a
rectangle.
It looks, if you go ahead and look it up, it looks a lot like an Orakai weapon from the Two Towers Lord of the Rings movie.
Oh.
It looks a lot like those weapons.
I like the second one more.
The second one, which is the more traditional look that it used to have in RS as well, and it's more of like a bent shape.
Yeah, I think that's cool.
Yeah, and of course, right below that is the chart showing that the whip, the tentacle whip, is just slightly better as far as DPS comparison, but it is.
And this is at tier 75 strength weapons.
Yeah, specifically tier 75 strength weapons. This doesn't take into account the new higher tier rapier or something like that. So just keep that in mind. It's specifically 75.
The rest of the poll questions are just like the first one that we mentioned is just, should we add this to the game? And then they also ask which version of the Waker should be added.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure I've been calling it Walker for weeks.
100%. This, I think, is going to be, in my opinion, the most important for me, for sure. Because, like I said, I don't spend too much time in the wilderness. So this is going to be by far the most important poll question. And it's going to be, where will the dragon pickaxe drop from?
Ooh.
So this is kind of a really big deal. This is probably the main moneymaker between all 3 of these bosses. And if you camp these bosses for a long time, the number one thing that'll make you money is probably going to be these dragon pickaxes.
The only thing that'll make you money.
The only reason it is the only dragon item that is worth anything besides the helmet is because it is kind of hard to get. You can only get it from the wilderness.
I'm glad that they're moving it because it feels bad, man, that like hardcores can't even get a pickaxe.
Yeah.
I saw some hot takes about like how they should have pulled if they should even like move it out of the wilderness and stuff. And I was like, I think they should have.
Yeah, so
I like that. I don't even want one. I just think it's cool for like hardcores.
Yeah, they are for certain moving the dragon picks out of the wilderness.
Yeah.
Whether you like it or not, it's going to be a 1 out of 400 drop from the Calphite Queen, and that'll be the only other for sure source outside of the wilderness.
Cool.
It is also going to have a better drop chance at KBD from 1 in 1500 to 1 in 1000.
Nice.
And of
so
course,
you can still get in the wilderness.
You can still get this from the wilderness. I'm not entirely sure. They don't mention whether this still drops from Callisto and the other 2 bosses.
I don't think so because they mentioned specifically KBD, but they didn't mention the others, which makes me think it's not going to be there.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. They don't mention it, but it doesn't really look like that's the case. But that's for poll question 8 is, should the dragon picks also be obtainable via mining skills?
Yes.
So
it's
this is like I said, probably one of the biggest decisions. Says in the survey attached by the previous design blog, players were overwhelmingly in favor of adding a means of obtaining this pickaxe by skilling, but opinions were divided as to where. They initially proposed the volcanic mine, owing to its status as group content with a little bit of risk attached. It felt like a good fit, but they wanted to get our feedback, and so along with question 8, there is question 9, which is saying that if question 8 does pass, where should it come from? And you can select one of 4 options, being the volcanic mine, Volcano, blast mine, or the motherlode mine.
You know, I was thinking Volcano just because Volcano doesn't have that many rewards, but Volcano's also like really, really hard to access. And if you compare it to like the Dragon Axe at like Wintertodt or something, like there's not as many crazy requirements to go there. I
True.
mean, it probably won't be as rare as that.
I would agree. The main concern I have for Volcano is like probably the top 5 most botted bosses in the entire game.
Every boss is botted.
So that would just make the price of the pickaxe go to like essentially 0. I think like really really
I think
quick.
it's gonna go down a lot no matter what.
Yeah,
Botted
but
or
but I
not.
mean it would go from like, 5 mil to like I think like actually probably hundreds of thousands
I
within
think
like
that's
not too long.
I feel like that'll happen anywhere.
You think that'll happen with them? I don't think so, cuz like
We'll see.
who does blast mining?
I mean, a lot of people do blast mining if there's a dragon pickaxe there, right?
No. I don't
I
think
don't know.
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I see their reasoning for wanting to put it in the volcanic mine because it is group content and it is
And
kind of
red like
harder.
lava,
Yeah.
kinda.
I mean the theme fits for all of them, but I don't know. I feel like I I was thinking that it'd be cool to put it in 2 places. Like
hmm
I think it'd be cool to put it in like one, just it being crazy expensive in the motherlode mine.
Yeah.
Because if you think about it for the motherlode mine, there's a bunch of stuff to unlock, but after like, I don't know, like 80 mining, you have everything unlocked.
hmm
And you're just getting golden nuggets for no reason.
You're just there forever.
Yeah, like a lot of people stay there till 99 and there's no rewards for those golden nuggets past like I said 80 and you'll have thousands of them.
hmm
So, I think if you like make it a crazy number like I don't know, 2000 nuggets or something like that, which is I mean that's quite a few levels of grinding. So maybe just give it as like a consolation prize for people that grind that, but also again that is highly bottable, so I'm not sure if that's like a good option.
Yeah, I would like it to see in 2 places, like Motherlode Mine and Volcano. And it's just like 2 very different skill levels required. So you can just make it more common as Volcano.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm still going so dry at Volcano.
Yeah. I'm also not super keen on adding it to Volcano because there's already a tool seed drop. So it already has a pretty
No, that's
decent.
actually not real.
Yeah,
Pretty sure.
apparently.
I'm 4 times the drop rate.
No, you're 4 times the drop rate for like a 2-man or something like that. But
5 times the drop rate.
the yeah, that's the only reason I don't really want to see it as Volcano is because of the botting issue and like I think the number like the top 10 players at Volcano are bots. And yeah, on top of that, again, it already has good drops. So I think putting it in the second one in Blast Mine or Volcanic Mine would be cool because people don't
hmm
really do Volcanic Mine. I've never done Volcanic Mine. I know some people do Blast Mine because it's decent XP.
Yeah. Could be an incentive to get people to go to these other things.
Yeah, exactly. Because like as it stands now, besides XP, which I think are decent at Volcanic and Blast Mine, there's really no rewards. Like you get like some mining materials, but that's it.
Meanwhile, Volcano has like a pet. So
Yeah,
that's incentive to go there.
Volcano has money and a pet, and it's pretty fun.
It is really
Motherlode
fun.
Mine is like extremely AFK, so there's already reasons to go to those 2 places. So I guess if I had to choose one place, it'd be between Volcanic Mine and Blast Mine.
Add it to shooting stars.
Added to shooting star. It's like you get to the bottom of it and
There's a pickaxe.
there's a pickaxe in the middle of the shooting
Exactly.
star. Yeah, I guess that's what I would say. What would you say?
I think I want to say Volcano just because I like Volcano the most and I'd want it for collection log eventually. Probably more realistically, Volcanic or Blast Mine, whichever one less people go to just like revive content.
Yeah, okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
that'd be cool.
Yeah, it was selfish reasons I want Volcano. I just love Volcano, so I wouldn't mind the grind as much.
Yeah, absolutely. And that about covers all the proposed rewards at this time. Like they stated, they're willing to make as many changes as necessary. So make sure to leave your feedback. If you hate everything you've seen or if you like it all, let them know. While we feel an alternative source for the Dragon Pickaxe is long overdue, we want to make sure all the other offerings for the Wilderness Boss Reworks maintain interest and profitability for players seeking a thrill, especially in line with a likely decrease in price for the Dragon Pickaxe.
Yep.
As a result, we'll be looking to keeping the beta worlds active long enough to let us implement suggestions and feedback surrounding the rewards before the poll goes live. So that's pretty cool. seems like they're going to be implementing that stuff.
Mhm.
And that is about it for the blog.
Yep.
Just so everyone knows, Crack the Clue has been going on for a little over a week now. Crack the Clue 3, of course, this was the thing that we mentioned last week, I'm pretty sure, that Wooks, infamous Wooks, is
Actually created it.
actually created. So if anyone is really interested in brain busting, quizzes and mysteries, then feel free to jump into this. There's a full blog on it now, and they have higher quality images. I think Wooks got on the team personally to make sure that they updated this with higher quality images so everyone could more accurately hunt down the treasures.
That's good. The clues, basically, if you don't know what they look like, they're 4 different clue scrolls, and they all just show, like, kind of, whenever you're doing regular clues, and they show, like, an X marks the spot, but you have to do, like, specific animations in specific places, too. I didn't even end up trying it.
Yeah,
because looking at it, I was like, oh, hell no.
Yeah, you have to do certain emotes in certain orders and in certain places, and all of this is solvable without a member, so you can do this as a free
That's
player.
nice, so you can narrow it down a lot.
Exactly. It's a lot easier to know where it's going to be.
And there's no hard requirements.
Yeah, no hard requirements. So overall, thing that everyone can get stuck into if that's something you're interested in.
Yeah, like, I'm still interested, but especially since I've been trying to get 99 Slayer, I'm like, I don't know if I want to just stare at a map.
Yeah.
This seems like something off stream maybe to try.
I'm almost certain people have already finished this.
I haven't looked anything up because I don't want to see where anything is.
Yeah, same as well. I haven't looked into it, but I'm almost certain people have finished this. I don't know who. They haven't mentioned who on the blog, but whoever does, I'm sure will
Their
be...
name needs to be in game, right?
I think they do.
Or is that a different thing?
I think they get some kind of reward. I forgot what it was, though.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, just so everyone knows, that is still going on.
Dope.
One more thing I wanted to mention before before our Q&A. This is kind of a spoiler if you are into watching C Engineer, the content creator.
Spoiler alert.
I thought I'd mention this because I thought it was hilarious. For people that don't know, he's had a series going on for quite some time where he only plays in PvP worlds, and people have been putting enormous bounties on his head.
Oh.
And this is just, that's par for the course. That's the entire series, is he keeps making YouTube videos of him like leveling his account.
Well, trying not to get killed?
Yeah, trying not to get killed. And he had up to a 15 billion GP bounty on his head. But he actually died on his hardcore. Not to a PK.
Oh, it was a hardcore too?
Yeah.
Ugh.
So that's the entire premise. He died to Zulrah.
Yikes. Zora really is like that, though.
Yeah,
a vicious snake.
Of all the things in his series that he escaped from, the one thing that took him down was the money snake.
Got away from all those rats, couldn't get away from the snake.
No. So that is hilarious and tragic at the same time. The hardcore Iron Man death Twitter did pop off and let everyone know that he did die. And also, I think he already had a video out mentioning it as well. I think he's going to continue the series because he didn't technically die to a person. But yeah,
that's cool.
I think he is going to continue as a regular Iron.
Somebody made a funny joke. So there's actually a C Engineer plugin on RuneLite that it will like say like level up completed, collection log slot completed. And the first response in this is something that says every time even I die as a main account, dying on my hardcore Iron Man completed.
Yeah.
That's like how I tell whenever I'm dying when I'm AFK. I hear his voice and I'm like, what? Hello?
Yeah, a lot of people, the reason I said spoilers is because a lot of people were really upset that this person posted this on the
on Reddit,
on the Reddit, because
they want to watch the video, I'm sure.
Yeah, a lot of people were invested in this and they got it spoiled because of this person.
I think as a rule of thumb, wait at least a week before you spoil things.
And it was one of the classic, they added the spoiler tag and the title was the spoiler.
No!
Yeah, like they added the spoiler tag and it was like,
oh my god. Yeah, the title, did Zulrah just claim a 15 billion bounty? Watch, people listening are going to call me and be like, you spoiled it!
Yeah, exactly.
I gave you as a warning. We hope
I
you
gave
stopped
you
the episode.
I gave you a real warning.
We didn't tell you how long it would take, but still.
Yeah. But that is going to be about it. We can move on to our questions to close it out.
Yeah, we have 3 questions this week. Before I read the question, I actually wanted to read. So last week, think it was last week, Wraith asked like a question like, which kind of new area would we want to build the size of Entrana? And Harger actually had a response to that I wanted to read.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So Harger said, I want a Tazar stronghold built in an active volcano. The entrance is at the rim of the volcano after scaling down sides with various agility shortcuts, climbing, swinging over lava, crawling through mini caves, sliding across narrow ledges, and running past lava creatures. The stronghold is built out of lava-proof material and is powered via geothermal energy. It's built in a ring around the volcano's brim. The new content would include Tazar Forge minigame, where you learn to smith new Tazar armor and weaponry, lava cooking, new ways to cook fish and fish dishes. I love it. I just imagine you dip it in lava and it's fully cooked.
Yeah.
Easy. The Tazar equivalent of the GE, where you pay for everything with Tokul. A quest to defend the stronghold from an invading army of Zamorak followers. The requirements would be none to access the port at the base of the volcano, but 50 agility to reach the top, 65 strength to open the bolted gate at the top of the volcano, and this would be members only. So much more creative than my answer.
Yeah.
Damn it, Harger.
I feel like that was cool, but also I'm thinking of like Entrana, and there is nothing to do on Entrana.
Well, I mean, that would make this area cooler. It just has to be the size of Entrana.
Yeah, so, I know. I took it more literally as in like the size and kind of like style.
I didn't know
of
that you
Entrana.
meant like that much. That's funny.
Yeah, but I mean, it sounds cool. It's just like that would be such a large amount of content in such a small area. Because in Toronto, you can walk from one side to the other in like 2 screens.
It would have to just be like a volcano and then just like a big circular room somehow.
Yeah,
I don't know how it would work, but it's
the
cool.
most jam-packed area. Because you'd have fishing, cooking, like the GE, like the merchant, all that stuff.
I know.
So that would be crazy.
I would love I really like the cooking and lava idea though. I think that's
I
cool.
do. I think that's probably
it's like a deep fryer, I think is why I like it.
I think that's the best idea of all of those.
Oh yeah. I thought it was funny because last week Harger also was asking like, would you rather be banned from members for 6 months banned from the game complete for 6 months or banned from members for a year? And Robert was like, I just make a new account. Harger later said adding you, but I don't think you look at your mentions ever.
No, I did.
Well, your IP is traced and banned for any Jackets account membership. If you try to avoid the ban via VPN, you are caught and it results in a lifetime ban.
Dang.
Robert's trying to be sneaky with his answers.
I don't play the game as it is, so I'll just take the 6 months.
I also thought it was pretty funny because talking about like where we'd have our, was it the birthday question that Matt was asking, like where we'd have our birthday in game, and I was like, oh, maybe like the Secret Valley.
Yeah, you're like, oh, maybe a park.
Yeah, Harger said, I agreed with you on the Secret Valley reply, and then immediately with Rob when he said that place exists in real life.
Yeah, literally any forest or park.
Parks. All right, so Harger's question this week, this is from Discord, is what NPC job would you be most successful at?
What NPC job would you be most successful at?
First of all, none. Is there a gamer? Wait.
Is there a gamer?
Is there a gamer? I could work at the Birth Orb game rooms.
I don't know.
Can I game though?
I mean, you'd probably be a pretty good like tramp. Charlie.
I hate you.
Just always asking for things.
I was thinking I could be Gertrude and I could breed kittens, and then I was like, no, I'd probably get too attached.
Crazy cat lady.
Yeah. But I'd get too attached. I wouldn't want to get rid of them.
Yeah,
also, she's unpaid.
Because you'd know that you'd be giving away your cats for people to sacrifice them for death runes.
I don't think that they die when they go to there.
Oh, yeah? You don't think?
You think that they die?
They're death runes.
But I don't think that means they're dead.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Oh, my God.
Okay. Well, all right. So you'd be Gertrude the cat killer.
No, wait. I'm going to choose a different answer. You choose.
Yeah. This is pretty easy. I would be the woodcutting instructor.
Boring.
Because I feel like that's something I can't mess up. I'd just be chopping wood, and I'd be like, you can chop wood really good. Here's your cape.
Accidentally chop off your arm.
Because, I mean, that's all he does. He just chops wood and then, like, recognizes other people are good at chopping wood.
Maybe I would, I don't even know what this person does, to be honest. It just seems like a vibe. That person who hangs out next to the big mushroom on Fossil Island, where people could go to, like, calcify bones or whatever.
Oh, the scientist?
Yeah, to be that scientist just hanging out, like, it's my mushroom friend. It's really scenic. Sometimes Irby runs by.
Yeah, I guess so.
I like easy jobs that are just vibing.
or I could see myself being like the gnome glider dude.
Oh, that would be cool.
You'd be
I
like-
like that.
I feel like I would just be like one of the guys at the amusement parks and be like, all right, go ahead.
Pull on your seatbelt so
Go
I
ahead.
know you're strapped in.
Yeah, just be like, all right, just like watching these people like glide around all day.
Watch them crash on 8 Patrol and you're like, again.
And you don't have to do anything. You're just like, all right, later.
See ya. I like that. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Our next question is from Matt on Instagram. What is your favorite OSR store that isn't the GE? Like, it could be Rune Shop, Guild Shop, General Store, etc. Matt's is the Shantae Shop. Gotta get my water. Plus, I generally like the vibe.
I see.
I was thinking the clothing store in Shazian I really like. Because that's so random. I'm pretty sure it's a clothing store. I go there for clue scrolls. And every time I go there, I'm like, this is a pretty cool building.
Yeah.
I think that one's cool. Also, like the Arceus General Store is pretty dope looking as well. None for like the items that they sell. It's all just the vibe because I never buy stuff from the stores.
Yeah. No, for sure. I guess if I had to pick one, I was thinking about picking two, but I'll pick one for now. And it's strictly for nostalgia purposes and also I guess utility purposes. But it's going to be the clothing store in Varrock right next to the general store.
Oh, the clothing store, really?
Yeah, because I've made so much GP from that store. That's like one of the best, most reliable ways to turn 1 GP into more than 1 GP.
Into 2.
Because you can just buy the pink skirts and the blue skirts there. And you just do that on repeat and go to the Hot Worlds and then go to the bank. And you'll turn your 10 GP into a couple thousand pretty quick.
That was your OG moneymaker.
I did that to start many different accounts. So yeah, that is, and it's in the middle of Varrock, which is always, pretty reminiscent.
Nostalgic and cool.
Yeah, exactly. So I'd probably have to say that one. If not that one, then I would probably say some I don't know, probably somewhere in Prifddinas because Prifddinas is cool.
Ooh, Prifddinas has some really pretty shops.
Yeah.
Our final question, and this is actually our last ever question from Wraith, who's decided to ban us now and will never ask another question. The way I worded that.
This is from the long list of Wraith questions.
Yeah, that literally Wraith posted back in April on Discord. We are finally on the last question. There are 1,000 players looking for you in game. You have to stand somewhere in a non-instance area for 1 hour to win 1 billion gold. Where do you hide? I had an idea. I was looking at the map earlier. Now I can't remember.
Okay.
My
idea is partly stolen.
Okay. Well, mine. Okay, no, I remember. I would hide in Tarn's lair, and I'd hide in one of the wrong rooms.
Okay.
Because it's that place is a maze. Every time I have the clue scroll to reach that specific room, I literally have to watch a YouTube video.
Okay.
So I would hide in one of those rooms.
Nice.
Yeah. Just thinking, where do I hate going?
Yeah, that would
probably be found, honestly.
That'd be annoying.
Yeah.
I'd probably be found as well, but I think it'd be funny.
Okay.
So I'm taking mine from a Reddit post I saw recently, but I do think it is fairly clever and also works to a pretty decent extent. But I'd dress myself in all black and go to deep.
Stop! I was thinking that too.
Yeah, I'd go to the probably far right upper corner, not really close to the Fountain of Ruin, but close enough, and to a really dark spot and stand there.
Nice. You want to tell everyone where you got that idea?
I got that idea because there is a picture of this person, whether it was fake or not, it was funny, and it was this person that supposedly is like a skull tricker sitting in front of the whenever you pull the lever and get sent to the mage arena, there's a web that you have to cut through in order to get to the mage arena.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a person standing in all black in front of the web, and their name was White Web, and they were a level 81 player, and they're waiting for you to click on them so they could skull trick you and PK you.
I feel like there's gotta be no way that's real, but I do love it.
I mean, it seemed pretty convincing. Their outfit matched the background pretty well.
Oh heck yeah!
So whether it was real or not, I think it was funny.
It was a good idea.
Yeah, I think it'd be funny just to be like standing, and also I think the
You'd get
wilderness.
found, people would just get skull tricked.
I think the wilderness would be a really cool area, anyways, because there's other players that are naturally gonna be like killing the people that you're
dangerous.
killing people that are looking for you, anyways.
That's fair.
So they're kind of doing your job for you.
Big true. I like that.
Yeah, that's it.
But that's it for the questions this week. What are you gonna be doing this week?
Real
life or game?
Yeah, I'm gonna be just doing the same old stuff. I am going to be playing, hopefully here and there on OSRS. Yeah, definitely probably gonna be playing some Genshin. I bought the battle pass.
I'm glad you got back into that. You were really into that last year.
It's a fun game. It's always a chill game, and it's like, as long as you don't get too much into the gacha part of it, then it's like not too bad.
Did you spend real money on it?
Yeah, I spent $10 on the battle pass, which is always a pretty decent value if you play the game.
Okay.
But yeah, so I'm just gonna be playing that and doing real life stuff, studying, the good old fun stuff.
Yeah, trying to grind that Netherlands move.
Yeah, sure.
God, it's gonna be funny if we don't like it there. Next year, grinding that Denmark trip. I don't know. I'm like, where's the next place?
Yeah, I'm down with that too.
Yeah, that was their second choice. It's just too expensive. Anyway.
What are you doing?
Getting 99 Slayer. Please,
sure.
God. Hopefully getting 99 Slayer. I also might get 93 woodcutting because I'm at 92 and I'm really close to leveling up.
I don't believe anything you say now.
That's fair. Yeah, I only have 30,000 more woodcutting, so that's possible.
I mean,
realistically, playing the zombie game
the
and
Slayer
Phasmo
was possible too.
Right? Yeah, I think I'm gonna do woodcutting while I edit though.
Okay.
So, hopefully next week you'll hear that. Watch me not get the 99, but I'm like, I got my woodcutting up.
Yeah, that's more likely.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna be working on and playing other games and being really annoying about the sponsorship. Again, Factor sponsorship if you're in the US, twitch.tv/Bunebape. Oh, I stream 5 days a week, you guys, so come hang out with me. I stream full time. But yeah, if you're interested in that sponsorship, I would appreciate the heck out of you. If you're not interested in it, I'd still appreciate the heck of you.
Okay.
This is the thing I say. I'm running on a few hours sleep.
All right, we're moving past this. Hopefully you all enjoyed it. If you did,
oh wait, I had one more update.
Okay.
The tattoo tourney thing's been updated a little bit.
Oh yeah, so Michelle is
letting you guys choose my tattoo.
Having a few knockout rounds for potential RuneScape tattoos. So currently it is a big competition between the Blue Tentacle Whip and the Gnome Child, and also the Sandwich Lady and the Baby Chinchompa. So,
Baby Chinchompa is Robert's idea, and that one is winning.
Yes, it is winning by a monstrous landslide.
I'm probably going to be ending this tomorrow, so if you guys want to vote on this one, you're running out of time. Also, Gnome Child is beating the Blue Tent Whip, but only by 2 votes, so that could be overturned.
And for anyone wondering, this is going on for quite a few more days or weeks, so this is all to decide which tattoo Michelle will get. This was
all based on your guys' ideas.
One of the redemptions for her subscriber goals.
Yeah, for being 500
Twitch.
subs.
So yeah, if you want to participate in this, make sure to check out her on Twitch and also join our Discord. You can join and hang out, chat with anyone about RuneScape or their stuff. And obviously tattoos as well. Yeah,
and if you're running a little late listening to this, then the next 2 that we'll be voting on, so I'm doing 2 different things at once just so this isn't going to take 17 weeks. It's going to be Zilliana versus the Purple Chambers chest, and it's going to be the 73 hit splat versus the Armadyl Godsword. So if you missed this one, you can catch the next one.
Yep. So that's going to be about it. You can also check us out on all the other social medias at Bunebape for everything except for Twitter which is Bunebapeosrs.
Sad.
Until we convince that
that person definitely doesn't have an account anymore.
That person that
they're gone.
Has abandoned their account to give us the name.
Yeah.
But until then, hopefully you all enjoyed it. Thanks for giving us your time.
Thank you.
Hopefully you have a great rest of your week, and we'll see you all
very soon. Yeah. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Meep.